teen realizes he murdered a kid during an acid trip. I was about to do shrooms one time. Acid, fuck no.
It's around 1:30 a.m. in a dormitory at the University of New Mexico, where one room has just become a crime scene after a shooter fired multiple rounds, killing a 14-year-old boy and injuring another.
Are they just going next door to each other?
That's why with acid. Acid make you like lose your shit, bro. Acid too much.
A
Bro.
group of teenagers are caught on surveillance cameras moments before disaster when witnesses describe hearing gunshots ring out and glass shattering before a heavy police presence arrives on scene.
You want it times 2 or times 4?
We can do it times 4, yeah, because it'll get us to the next. There's the kids coming back again. That's 105.
Police said the shooting left one teen dead, a 19-year-old suffering from a gunshot wound and another shaken but uninjured. The two left alive, who were allegedly in the room during the incident, flee to a parent's home, where they are caught on a doorbell camera minutes before rushing to the hospital.
Shot. We have him here with us.
He probably got grazed. If he got shot, and just walked through. He probably grazed.
His head. So I'm gonna head down to you, but I'm gonna have to take this to the hospital.
They fried out their minds.
But I'm gonna head.
Hours later, police catch up with their suspect, who is about to face a sobering reality. Police identify the suspect, seen here, as 18-year-old John Fuentes, who was the subject of a manhunt after he said he retreated to a family member's home following the shooting. Next, the suspected shooter is taken to a hospital to be treated for injuries of his own.
They in there. They fucked everybody up. Even they said.
Stay with my jacket.
What's up?
No, not much is going on. We're gonna talk about it.
Alright, I'm back. I'm gonna talk to the officer first and then we'll talk, okay? Alright, let's hold on to that officer.
So when we got to him, he had cuts on his wrists. He was involved in the shooting at UNM.
Okay.
So yeah, he has deep cuts. We're thinking it's from him breaking windows with his fists.
He owns some that shit.
And that's how he
Wait,
starts.
so do acid, look, I ain't never done that shit. Do acid make you like, I thought it was like, I know it's like strong ass visual that lasts a while, but that shit make you kill people though? I thought that was for, I'm gonna cut that out. I thought that was for, what's his name? Goddamn, angel dust and shit, like that type
his
shit.
arms. Bringing him here because, EMTs did check him out, but I saw as he was in the holding cell, he was still bleeding, so I want to make sure that, everything's clean and ready to go.
Once clear from the hospital, John is taken to the police station to be processed before detectives arrive to question him.
I go for your mouth. I'm gonna go the inside of the cheek, okay? And I'm gonna do this.
How long does this thing go system?
Just so you know, we do have a search warrant for your DNA and the photographs. Cool.
Alright.
I get that bitch stressing.
Thanks, bro. How you doing, man?
Decent, and you?
Yeah. I'm Agent Donis with the New Mexico State Police Investigations Bureau.
Double Cormico with the State Police.
Your name is John Fuentes, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just here to talk with you about what happened, just to get your version. Right. We don't want other people speaking on your behalf.
What brought you to UNM?
Usually I just go hang out at the dorm and we just hang out, watch
movie, or not movie, but like play his PlayStation or whatever, and smoke like marijuana, nicotine, like what everybody does. And then I remember he wanted me to come because this is gonna be his last like semester or last year, like couple days, and he's like, let's take, what is it, acid tabs, and
Fuck no.
then I don't know, I was keep telling him nah, like he wanted to take it with some cocaine.
What?
And I remember
You doing acid with cocaine? What type of friends you got, bro?
I pull up, and he had his gun with him, and then I remember came by.
I'm recording some game, not right now, but shit, when we done maybe. Or when we done, just send the link. I'm gonna do it when I'm done.
Bro, more cocaine so we could try it. And at the time, I remember I took like a thing of, what is it, acid. And then I remember peer pressure me, take another line.
Y'all nigga, you got a horrible friend group. They talking about them niggas. Thanks for the follow. They talking about do tabs and shit. The fuck,
I remember
cocaine and shit. Fuck y'all got going on, bro.
to the point where I couldn't even think. I remember I just remember blacking out, and then I remember I just wake up like on top of a roof. I'm like calling my brother. I'm like, what just happened? He's like, where you at? And I'm like stuttering. I was like losing my mind.
You heard that right. John says he, quote, blacked out after a night of heavy drug use and drinking before
you did acid and coke at the same. Like what did you expect, bro? You did acid and coke at the same time.
continuing to recount his nightmare scenario.
I don't even know what happened. That's whenever I went to the parking lot and I was trying to look for help. And that's whenever I found some people. And I was like, hey, can you guys help me? I was like, here, I don't care about the gun. I was like, here. I threw it on the floor. I was like, send help. I was like, I'm bleeding. Please, I don't know what's going on. And then they just like drove off. They're like, what the hell? But I don't blame them. But yeah, I remember just after.
Yes. Sorry, you're not going.
Yeah. And then I remember just completely blacking out. And then I remember whenever I was on top of the roof, I just remember I had this Glock 19 on me, and I was just like out of it. I didn't even know where the heck I was at. And that's whenever I was like calling. I didn't even know where I was at. Like I was like, I remember I kept calling my dad. I was like, I think I got laced or something. I was like, I'm on top of a roof on UNM. I was like, I think I just shot 2 people. I'm like, I'm losing my mind. I remember I was just running to like the UNM. I remember it was just a bunch of UNM cops outside. I was running. And I remember I went like this. I was just like, help. I'm bleeding. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, I can't control. And then I remember just seeing, I didn't even know it was just my uncle's truck right there. I didn't even know if it was him. And thank God he saved me. He was just like, yeah, hop in. What's going on? And like, he thought I got like trumped, and because I told him I don't know, there's something in the cocaine, or I don't know. What I kind of remember was just glass breaking. I remember, and just full sprint running, just out of breath, going, just like an animal. I don't.
John tells investigators he remembered running and holding a gun before he was picked up and ushered away from the scene. But next, investigators want to know how he learned the outcome of the attack.
And then I remember my mom went to go like peep out the scene, and then she tells me the whole news is there, and that she looked on the news and one's injured and one's deceased, and that's when I just started losing my mind. I was like, I couldn't believe what I did. Just like Rambo, jump out, and then just like, I remember I looked at my pants and I had a 19, and then that's whenever I went to the parking lot near my car, and I was like, literally just looking for any cop I could find to help me. Like, help.
No, again, you can't get help with that game. Yeah, you blacked out, but you did kill somebody, bro.
And
you was on drugs.
I ran into those people and I was like, help, help, help. And then they were like, I pulled out the Glock, I literally threw it in front of me. I was like, please, help, help, help. And then they were like, they just drove off, yeah. But
Bro,
that's literally all I remember. But I remember just looking around like, what the actual hell? What did I take? I kept telling my dad, I think I got laced. UNM, come out.
Hold on, bro, my fault. My fault reposing. But you can lace acid? I didn't even know you could lace that shit.
No, I was like, I don't even know. And then I have an interlock, so... And then we were also drinking too, so I was like, I can't even drive.
Snake was
I don't
on
know
everything.
what to do. I was going insane. I completely like felt like it was frying my brain, and I didn't even remember. Like, it was probably the worst experience I ever had.
Oh, that sounds rough.
And then at some point, I completely lost the Glock. I literally like blacked out. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, I don't remember where the hell any of my went. I remember I ran up to my uncle with just my underwear on, and he was like, "What the hell happened to you?"
I'm gonna keep it at being you talking too much. The cops not your friend, gang. They trying to lock you up, bro. You can't be talking this much, bro.
And I told him, I think I got laced or something. I completely blacked out. I don't know what the hell that fool had in there. And then, yeah, I don't even know. That's what bugs the hell out of me. I couldn't even, I literally just freaking, it was like the worst thing ever.
As John continues recounting his version of events, detectives notice one important part missing and dig in to find out what exactly happened inside the dorm room.
So like kind of like go through like the events of like you guys hanging out. Like did you guys just start, doing cocaine and acid like right away, or were you guys just hanging
Pretty
out?
much, yeah. Because it was already late, and then he had work in the morning. So I was like, well, we could hang out now and get it over with now, since, because he had like work, and then, what is it? I told him I don't want to be all tweaked out whenever I have to go. One of my family members was gonna bring, like, she's a couponer. She's gonna bring all kinds of clothes and soap and oil. It's just to help us out. And I remember I told him, well, I'd rather just do it on the day whenever. So like the night we do it, I want to be going and hanging around with my family the morning, you know what I mean, the next morning.
Tight shit.
So I told him, oh, let's just do it now. Let's just go now. That he just had work in the morning. He was like, yeah.
So you guys like, you got there and then you started doing cocaine and acid?
Yeah, I mean, him popped like a tab and a half.
Y'all nigga crazy, bro.
And then I remember after that, he just like, let's do line, let's do bump.
Was that in his room or in one?
You got a horrible
I was in his dorm.
His dorm. Okay. At a certain point, were people like getting on each other's cases, or did somebody start becoming obnoxious or start a fight, or like what? What do you remember in there, man? What happened? I mean, we kind of heard some things from some other folks, but we really want to hear your take on it.
Somewhat of a iron. I just remember it was going so quick. We could have been arguing. I don't really remember crap.
You was arguing, huh?
But
I'm gonna cut that out. That's stupid.
I just remember somewhat of me holding his pistol, like looking at it off the acid, like all just tripping out on it. And then just like just I remember, I don't even remember what the fuck happened. I remember,
But you
it was
remember
just
you went. But you remember what happened?
like a movie. And then that's whenever I was just running around like an insane person around the campus trying to find help.
You remember how you left the room? They left the room? Whoever left?
I don't remember.
What led you to believe that you may have shot two people?
Cause I was just full of blood, and I remember the Glock. Before I was messing with it, I remember it had bullets, and then I remember I took out the clip and it was empty, and I was like just bleeding, and I just thought I shot myself because there's this big ass welt right here.
You was fried, bro.
So
You was tweaking.
I remember my ears were ringing, so I definitely knew something was up. I don't know. I was just, my mind was running a million miles per second. Cause I just remember, like, I didn't even know if it was me who shot or them, but I remember just loud noises running, and I remember I went, like, I laid down under a bush, and I checked the clip, and it was empty, and I was like, oh, bro, like, if I thought someone was gonna kill me, I was like, that's whenever I think I climbed on top of the roof, and I remember I was like straight going insane. I was like knocking on the windows. I was like, somebody please help, somebody please help me, help me, help me. And then I was keep getting paranoid that like someone was gonna like, I was gonna knock on a window and someone was just gonna blast me or something like that. That's whenever I was like, I was losing my mind. That's whenever I just said, I remember.
Yeah, you see a
I
crazy.
just took off my pants.
You see a nigga on a. If you see a nigga on an acid, he on acid, shroom, or acid, coke, and he drunk. You don't know, but you see him fried. He knock on your window. You helping him or you calling the cops? I'm like, I'm be like, man, get the fuck out my crib, bro.
And I remember I hopped in the water fountain out there, like a stream, or I don't know what the hell it was. And I remember I was washing off my cuts, getting a drink of water, and I was soaked. I was freezing. That's whenever I was on top of the roof, and then I remember I took off my socks, I threw them, because they're soaked, they're all getting all muddy, and I took off my pants, I threw them too, and then just full sprint. I remember at that, once I took off that, I remember I was like, I need help. So I started full sprinting. That's whenever it was literally like, police at UNM, and I walk out, and I'm like, please, so somebody. And I remember I started.
You saw the officers or cars?
I just saw cars, officer cars. So I was expecting there to be police there. I was like, I need help. I don't know what the going on. I feel like someone's gonna kill me. I was like, and then that's whenever I just ran it. It was like perfect timing. It was like, what the? But I don't know. It was just like, it happened so quick. Shit's crazy. I don't know. It was the most insane day of my life.
Probably was.
Now, detectives asked John again whether there was an altercation in the dorm room before revealing who was killed in the incident.
We were watching, I don't know, it's hard to say. We could have been arguing. I mean, that's why I was almost like, you could ask what is it, his little brother or something. But I don't know, we could have been. I just remember completely blacking out. I don't even remember, just running in full speed.
What's his little brother like? Does he talk to you, or what's he?
I don't know. I don't think his little brother's doing any of the coke though. That's the thing. But, or I think he did some. I don't know.
Was he into the guns the way you were? I mean, everybody was. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Or was he not? Like,
pretty much everybody was.
But you don't ever like recall at all like ever actually shooting a gun at any point in time?
I could have, but I'm not 100% sure. That's why I can't say. But I'm pretty sure I did, because I don't mean, who else would? It literally said on the news.
Dude,
That-
why you was snitching on yourself?
There, one's injured, one's deceased. So I'm pretty sure I did. I just don't remember what the.
Do you know who's injured or who's deceased?
No, I don't. Well,
What would you guess?
I'm pretty sure deceased. One's injured. I'm pretty sure.
Why would
What
you-
leads you to what leads you to think that like them versus somebody else, or why one's dead and the other one's injured?
Because his brother wasn't really in the way. His brother was just kind of out there. But they're both. I mean, every time we hang out, they're right there. And I don't think I would have shot his little brother. His little brother
I'm trying to see the outcome.
was always just out of the way. He's not really. He kind of just like the side character.
Now, how do you feel about that?
Horrible. I remember I was literally going insane in my room, like crying, and I didn't know what to do because my
Yeah, imagine you catch a body when you zoinked out your mind. You know how crazy that shit would be, bro? You already OD paranoid off the acid and the coke with the alcohol. Imagine ramping through your mind through the already craziness of catching the body, bro. Hell no.
my brain was still off the acid. I was like, I can't go to the now. I can't turn myself in. I was like, I need to wait till I get sober or something. I was like, I was literally going insane, and I remember I was like, I couldn't handle it. And that's whenever my grandma was just like, I want to just spend the last time with you, get you something to eat, try to chill you out, try to detox your mind, and then we go turn yourself in. 'Cause at some point I told her I'm gonna have to. I was like, either if I don't turn myself in, they're gonna find me. I was like, there ain't no doubt about that. So
Do you want us to tell you who was injured?
yeah.
I mean, I'm asking. Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Okay. So the little brother, he's 14 and he's dead.
Damn, little bro died.
And then injured, but not seriously. It's not.
What? How must have blocked? Oh, what the fuck?
GG's, gang.
I'm
If you
sorry.
did what you did, bro, GG's. 14-year-old, bro. Your life way over some nut shit.
Online records show John is facing charges of second-degree murder, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, and tampering with evidence.
Off her ass.
Two other teens are also reportedly facing charges connected to the deadly incident, including 19-year-olds Zion Miera and Daniel Archuleta, who both face charges of tampering with evidence, drug possession, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. At last check, all three have pleaded not guilty to their charges. John is expected back in court this winter.
Yeah, it's just, all this told me was don't ever take no fucking acid. That's what this told me. I'm never doing that shit. Hell no. Exactly, nigga, you did acid and coke and you drank, nigga. That's your fault. You damn near on angel dust, bro. Oh God, I'm like, why he talking? I wasn't gonna say it out loud. I'm like, why he talking like that? Oh God, what the fuck is they on, bro? Only the tab and a half ton of coke drank and wonder why he blacked out. Exactly, I just said that. He got some terrible friends. Acid and the gun is crazy. I ain't doing nothing, bro. Cause the older brother dumbass brought him over there. But shit, I ain't gonna read the comments all day. That's up to y'all. But shit, W video, they on some crazy shit, bro. If you wanna do some psychedelics, bro, don't have no gun. Don't do too much. If you're not ready for it internally, don't do it. And I say just stick to shrooms, bro. I ain't never done that shit. I almost did. But just stick to shrooms and know you ready, bro. I'm out this joint.